Hey guys, it's Alden Whitty with Float Pod Therapies, and I have Nick Janicki, the owner of True Rest Float Spa and also the owner of Float Pod Therapies. And in this video, we're going to talk about memberships. And one of the reasons, I don't know if Nick says this, but I always say that True Rest is the most successful float spa in the United States. And you might say, well, why is that? Well, one of the reasons.
Let's say one of the. I wouldn't qualify it as the
right.
Most, but yes.
I say that because of
Okay.
all the reasons. There's
Sure.
so many reasons why, and we want to talk to you about one of the reasons, and that is memberships. It's so important. Memberships is so important. So, Nick, tell us about why you do the membership model.
Sure. For me, the membership model was always a must. So when we opened, day one, we had our memberships in place, and it was always my vision to allow people to get essentially cheaper floats and bank floats. And so one of the things that, when you bank something, you're going to use it. And so if people pay, a little price monthly, and then they can use their floats, they always roll over. And the thing we did is we don't have any long-term contracts. So you just have 1 month notice to cancel, and floats always roll over, and they never expire. Never. You've already paid for it. Why should it expire?
Right, that's
and so to me, that's just fair. Fair is fair. It's and so once you do quit, you've already paid for them. They stay in your float bank, and you can use them. But it's just it's a great model for the customer, and then as the business owner, it's a tremendous thing.
Right, and why is that?
So right now we're at about 250 monthly members. That is a gross of about $14,000 monthly before a single new client steps in the door. So when you have a slow month, in the summer, August seems to be the kind of slow month for float centers around at least North America.
Yeah.
You don't have to stress it. And so, of course, you're going to try to get people in to fill those gaps, but you don't have to worry about it financially if you have members.
Right.
And so it's,
Well, now tell me about, because we've been telling people that we have a conversion rate of 25% membership conversion. And so people think that that's a ridiculously high number.
Right.
So talk about that.
Right. So originally when we opened, I was at about a 5% membership conversion. And so that's, you're a new person, you're coming in the door. I would convert 5 out of 100 people that came in the door. I'm playing with my little elephant guy there.
Yeah, go ahead.
But so I would convert 1 out of 5 people. Stay. But and so we discovered that just through how you speak about the membership, your script essentially, how you pitch it, without having a hard sales, we went from 5% to 8 to 10 to 15 to 20 to almost like 25% some months.
Nice.
And so I would say on average, the average month is anywhere from 16 to 20% conversion right now. And it's really just, it's a simple script. And then we've shared this with our float centers, and they went, holy cow, Nick, I literally doubled my conversions this month.
Nice. Well, why don't we, just for everybody out there, why don't we role play and do a little bit, because this way you guys can, get your pad and paper and write this down, because this can literally change your business. So let's say, here I am, I'm the guy who just got out of the tank.
Sure.
So, I'm a little woozy, I'm a little weird, probably just had a spiritual experience or whatever, and so now I walk up to the front counter, and so I'm just kind of looking at you all dazed.
Sure. I mean, the big thing we tell our, all of our team members that work at True Rest is we don't want to do high pressure sales. And so all we're doing is we're having a conversation with someone. So when you first came in, you probably came in for a reason. It may have been curiosity, your back hurts, whatever it is. So for the case of this, let's just say you came in out of curiosity. And let's say you're on our new client special, which is $49.
Okay.
So normally our price is $79. You came in at $49.
Right.
So you'd come out and say, "Oh, hey Alden, how was your first float? How was the experience?"
Wow, it was
a little weird, or
it was a little strange. Like, it wasn't bad, but it was just, I think it was good.
Right.
I think it was good. Yeah.
So you just can't quantify it. You feel different than you've felt before, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, is this something you'd consider trying again?
I would. Yeah,
Okay.
I definitely would. Yeah, because there's something to it. I'm not sure quite yet.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, let me just tell you about our pricing structure. So I want to let you know up front, we don't have any long-term contracts with anything we do. We don't really do any kind of hard sales. But let me just kind of give you, tell you what we're doing. And so you came in on the $49 special. Our membership started at $59 a month. That does give you a recurring float per month. So if you signed up today, which is the 25th, It'd recur on the 25th of next month, and you get a float every single month. And as I mentioned, there's no long-term contract. So if you give 1 month notice to cancel, you're charged one more time, and you get the float for that month.
Okay.
And so floats never expire. They always roll over. You can, your wife can use floats if you have extra in your bank. You can buy additional floats for $49.
What if I want to cancel?
If you want to cancel, you just give 1 month notice, and you're charged one more time, and then you get the floats for that next month.
Okay.
Is that something you'd be interested in? And just say no for the sake of this video.
Yeah, let's just say no. Yeah, you know, I got to talk to my wife. You know.
Okay. Totally understand.
Her budget. You know. And,
totally understand. Okay, so out of script, what we do at this point is what we tell people is we don't do hard sales, so we're allowed 2 no's. If they say no twice, we're done. Stop trying to sell to them. And so Alden said no once, and so what I would say is, well, I'll tell you what, because it's your new first float, you're new, we want you to float again, we know you will get benefits out of this. To me, you feeling weird means that something's working, something's happening.
Sure.
And so I don't want to tell you what this can do, what this will do, but I'm going to give you today's float on the house. So if you want to sign up for membership, I'll give you today's float on the house. It'll be absolutely free. Pay $59 instead of the $49 you were going to pay, and I'm going to give you another float. So for $10 more than you were going to pay, I'm going to give you another float in your float bank. You can use it whenever you want, and you basically would have signed up for membership. Again, no long-term contracts. It's a really great way to go, and just cancel when you're ready.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And so all we would do is just have Alden sign some paperwork. He would get a float in his float bank today, and we gave him the first one on the house. It's just, to us, that's how we went from 5% conversions to literally like 15%, like overnight.
Right. And sometimes, people do need more than one float to kind of feel it out and to get an idea if this is something they want to do. And we know that at least by the second or third float, these guys are sold. They're in because they're going to feel it.
Right. And so let me go through kind of some of the psychology of what we did. So the first thing I did was talk to you. Number one, we always talk to our clients as human beings. They're people, right? They're not a conversion number. They are people. And so the first step is always having your heart open, obviously, and talking to Alden like he's a person. Right. And so if you have your heart open and you don't have fear of, we're not selling him anything that's not good for him. And we're not really selling. We're just explaining what our membership is. So the first thing I asked is, did it affect the reason you came in? And if not, would this be something you'd consider again? And so the idea is just trying to get them to qualify a yes, like consciously in their mind, yes, I want to do this again. Because people get stuck. Right. And so once you do that, you can kind of go through the membership. And I'm going to share with people, everyone says, oh, that's great, but what if, so in this case, you came in with a $49 intro price. Right. We also have a $59 intro price that gives you the oxygen bar, and that's an easier conversion. So that's basically pay exactly what you were going to pay anyway and get another float. Right. Super easy. Yeah. The other one is the Groupon. So let's say you pay $39 for a Groupon. We say we'll allow you to apply the value you've already paid, the $39, towards this month's membership. So $20 difference gets you another float today, and today's is on the house. So instead of using your Groupon for today's float, we're allowing you to use the value of the Groupon towards your membership. Okay. So for $20, you're getting another float. So that's how we convert Groupons. And Groupons, I have to say, are converted at the same rate as normal customers because of that. That's huge.
It is huge, yeah. And so, what I want to do also say too is, with the whole thing about the non-pressure sales, if anybody that has a business knows that one of the biggest issues in business is having employees and dealing with employees. And so, if you have somebody who works at a float spa, they might not think that they're in there for a sales aspect, and they just want to work in a float spa and check people in and stuff. But because of this process, people that work there can also do this, again, with no pressure. So if you're not a salesperson, it's much easier for the employees to go through this process.
Yeah, definitely, true.
So yeah. So anything else you want to add?
With memberships, that's pretty much it, I think.
Okay. Yeah, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us on this video, and we'll see you on the next video. Say goodbye. Bye, everybody.